Sometimes the setbacks in our life are our own fault. We do something we regret, we make a bad decision, we do something dumb. We hurt somebody and we experience a setback, and the storm we're facing is our own fault. That happens a lot to many of us. But sometimes the setbacks in our life can be caused by other people and their dumb choices and their decisions not to honor God. And these are sometimes the hardest to deal with, because you can find yourself in a storm that was somebody else's fault. And it can feel like, and it can seem, and it can be a big setback. But I want you to know that God's purpose for your life cannot be put on hold. God's purpose for your life can't be derailed by somebody else's actions. It can't be derailed by yours, and it won't be derailed by the people around you. Now, Acts chapter 27 is a great example of this. Paul is placed on a prison ship and he's headed towards Rome. Because he's a Roman citizen, he has the right to stand before Caesar in trial. He's been falsely accused, and he has asked for this audience with Caesar, and so he's on a prison ship. And while he's there, he tells everybody, listen, we need to change course because we are headed for trouble. But nobody listens. In fact, they just keep stubbornly going the way they're going, and soon enough, a huge storm it just overwhelms them, and they have a terrible shipwreck, and almost everybody dies, but they all live somehow. They find themselves on an island. And in Paul's mind, he had done nothing wrong. He is falsely accused. He's just going to face Caesar. And now here's this huge setback. These other people wouldn't listen, and now their ship is wrecked, and they're stranded on an island, and he's got to be thinking, I will never get to talk to Caesar. I will never get to plead my case. What a major setback. And at about that time, an angel appears to Saul and speaks to him and says, Paul, don't be afraid, for you will certainly stand trial before Caesar. God has ordained this. What's more, God in his goodness has granted safety to everyone who is sailing with you. The angel told Paul that despite this setback, that God was going to get him through, that God's purpose for his life was not put on hold or changed, but that this setback would soon be a comeback. Now, what I find interesting about this is that God didn't really have and didn't really need a plan B. God doesn't have a plan B for your life. He just has his good plan for your life. And the storms of life that come because of your decisions, or the storms of life that come because of other people's decisions, cannot stop God's purpose for your life. The setback you might be experiencing today cannot stop God's plan for your life. He just works it in. He works in these setbacks. He works in these storms, and he uses them for our good. So when you feel like you've lost hope, there's no way God can make something good out of this, remember that God, he takes our setbacks and he uses them for his glory. They don't ever derail or sink his purposes. So in your life today, if you're experiencing a setback, just trust that God has got that in his hands. He's going to take it and use it for your good, and that his ultimate purpose for your life is still intact. It's still his plan, and nothing, no one can stop God's plans. So live with confidence today that you are a part of God's plan.